Welcome to another amazing Superhuman livecast with me, David Wong. We got an exceptional, amazing, incredible event for you today. All right, so today we're going to talk about superhuman power because up to now we have been showing you how to have superhuman power, how to have superhuman healing, how to have superhuman strength and speed and stamina, just like a superhero, how to have superhuman fitness, how to lose weight automatically like a superhuman, and how to have superhuman intuition and manifesting abilities like Tony Stark and like Einstein or like Nikola Tesla, to have intuition and have creativity and insight and inspiration that is basically way beyond a normal person. They say that Nikola Tesla, who invented the electric car, was 1,000 years ahead of his time. So imagine if you can get insight and get manifestation ability to turn your ideas into reality. So that's why we talked about last week. This week, we're going to talk about something very important that's very dear to my heart. And this is the reason why I am doing this. And this is the reason why I'm building this group and this community. And I hope that this is going to be your reason of participating as well. So the title is Superhuman Power, Heal the World Faster. And this is season 2 and episode 7. We only had a couple more episodes in this season, so make sure you pay really good attention today. So the question I asked you in the email was, what if you had a superpower? What if you miraculously or accidentally or was bestowed a superpower, just like we see in the superhero movies? For example, Spider-Man. How did he get his superpowers? He was just bitten by a radioactive spider, and then all of a sudden he woke up the next morning and he had all these powers. Who else had superpowers by accident? We have Daredevil, who was blinded when he had an accident and with some kind of radioactive material, and then when he woke up from his coma, he had the ability to see without his eyes and have super Daredevil vision. How about Captain Marvel? Captain Marvel got his powers bestowed upon her by an alien or someone who passed on the power to her to carry on the torch and to protect the universe. And then so same goes for any other superheroes like the Hulk or Ant-Man or Fantastic Four. So what if you were given a superhuman power? What would you do? Would you use it for good or would you use it for evil? Think about that for a second. Be honest with yourself. What would you do if you had a superpower? Would you use it to help other people? Would you use it to take advantage of other people? Now, why I'm asking this is because it's very important. It's because this is going to be a reality of people having superpowers very soon. And it's already happening. And the thing is, if we give you a superpower, how do we know that you're going to use it for good? Now, because there's a lot of dark forces out there, a lot of bad people, to be honest, that use their superpowers for the dark side, that use their super abilities and their energy and their influence, their super strength or their super intuition. They use it for themselves. And they also use it to take advantage of others. Now, you don't want that. You're not going to do that, are you? So hopefully you don't. Because what we're doing is just like in the Avengers. And what did Nick Fury do after the Captain America, the first Avenger? He went around and he recruited other superheroes to join his team because he knew that the threat was much bigger than what one person alone can handle. So he needed build a team of superheroes so that they can combine forces and become greater than the sum of its parts. Because the more positive and more amazing people that we can collect and that we can gather together as a team, then the stronger we become against the forces of evil. I'm not just talking about something in the movies. There are forces of evil on this planet. You probably experienced it in your life, or in your workplace, or in your everyday surrounding. There is evil in the world. And there are people that abuse their power. And there are people that don't care if people get sick They don't care if people die, and they don't care if people are taken advantage of and left to fend off for themselves. Okay, there's people out there. There's lots of darkness, and there's lots of bad people. But it's okay, because if we band together, we can fight against this evil. If we group together and we join forces, just like the Avengers, we can fight off the space invaders, or we can fight off the bad people. We can fight off the enemies, people who are evil, okay? Because we are stronger together than if we were separated by ourselves. Okay, so what we're doing and what I like to do is, my vision is to create a group called the Chi Life 9000. So we are assembling a team. It's called Chi Life 9000. You're probably wondering, why is it called Chi Life 9000? Okay, I'm going to get to that. So stay to the end of the webinar. I'm going to reveal to you a special secret, how I came up with this name. But before we do that, what is the major thing that is really in desperate need right now? What is in desperate shortage of right now, like in the news, in our society? What do you think is needed the most? Okay, something very practical. What do you think? Okay, so I've been meditating, and I basically got this vision, and I got this inspiration and this idea of being able to transform not just my life, your life, and your family's life, but an idea that can actually transform the entire world's population. And you want to probably say, really? That's a lot of people. You know, aren't you being stretching your imagination a little bit too far? Well, I'm going to show you how I came up with this idea, and you can decide whether this is achievable or not. But I'm telling you, it is very achievable. So what do I think is one of the main things that we can do and we can improve right now? Well, let's take a look at the news. Okay, here's what I read. This is global news. This is Canadian, but I'm pretty sure it's affecting the whole world. It says, a year into the pandemic, mental health workers face burnout and soaring demands. All right, and if you read this, you'll read about people who've been working in the mental health field, saying that coronavirus pandemic has seriously affected people mentally, people feeling lonely, people feeling burnout. I think everybody is having that issue. Okay, so people shut indoors, isolated, feeling lonely and stressed. Okay, so that's what the news is saying. What else? Frontline, this is British Columbia, CBC News. Frontline health workers prepare for battle and burnout. All right, so mental health workers taking a break are crucial during this crunch. Lots of workers that are overwhelmed in the hospitals, that are fighting and working hard in the health industry. Okay, to take care of us, to take care of the public. Here's another one. Dramatic photos show doctors and nurses struggling on the front line of the coronavirus pandemic around the world. Okay, so nurses, they need hugs. That's right, they need hugs, and they need support. It says thousands of doctors and nurses and other medical personnel working around the clock to treat patients infected with the new coronavirus. All right, this is March 23rd. This is pretty recent. Many of them face grueling conditions, long work hours, and fears of contracting the virus themselves. Healthcare staff have also reported having insufficient medical equipment. And as some people still ignore official advice to self-isolate, doctors and nurses are posting signs on social media asking people to stay home to make their work easier. All right, so these healthcare workers, nurses, and doctors are having a tough time. Here's another one. Pandemic fatigue setting in on the front lines. Doctors, again, and nurses say the morale of people I work with is a little low right now. We're just tired of doing this. It's been over a year, guys, and they've been taking care of the sick for a long time, you know, every day, 16-hour shifts, 18-hour shifts. Another paramedic says, I ran myself into the ground a little bit, which of course makes you more susceptible to picking up something. So what am I trying to say, guys? What I'm trying to say is that Who are in the front lines? Who are the heroes right now? Who are the superheroes? I think they are the healthcare workers who are in the hospitals, who are in the healthcare homes, who are basically helping the sick, helping the needy, because there's so many people who are sick right now. And what if we were able to support them? What if we were able to help them so that they can do their job better, so that they can help more people without getting burned out, without getting fatigued, without feeling depressed, without feeling they're like just out of energy because it's just every day for the last year and over a year now. And then who knows how long this is going to go for. We have our number one record number of coronavirus cases in BC today. Okay, I was surprised. I thought this thing was getting better, but apparently we had the record number. I think it's like 1,200 and 1,300 cases in one day in BC. So I don't know. This is in Canada. Like, I don't know what's happening in the States. I hear that they're doing a lot of vaccines, putting out a lot of vaccines, but who knows if that's going to work. Hopefully it does. Okay. Bottom line is people are still in need, especially our frontline healthcare workers. So what do we do about it? You say, okay, David, okay, we all know this. We all know the pandemic's very tough. And then we all know these healthcare workers are having a hard time. What can you do about it? What can we do about it? Right? I'm busy and I have my own things to worry about. Why do I want to worry about these other people and these people who are, working their ass off basically and helping the sick, helping them recover, and that are like right in the front lines and risking themselves. Have you guys heard of the 100th monkey effect? If you don't know what 100th monkey effect means, I'm gonna read this to you, and it's gonna blow your mind. Okay, the 100th monkey effect. The Japanese monkey, the Macaca fuscaca, had been observed in the wild for over 30 years. Okay, so basically scientists were giving them sweet potatoes and they dropped it in the sand. And the monkey liked the taste of the sweet potatoes, but they found that the sand got into the potatoes and then it was very unpleasant. So they observed these monkeys and see what they would do. So they solved the problem by simply go to a nearby stream and washing the potatoes. And then eventually her playmates learned the same thing. So they went to the stream and also washed the potatoes before they ate them. Long story short is that after about the 100th monkey learned how to wash potatoes before they ate them, everybody, all the monkeys in that island started doing the same thing. So it quickly spread to the whole island. But then something very interesting happened, is that not only did the monkeys on that island started washing it, all the other monkeys on other islands started to wash their potatoes before they ate them. And then they had no physical contact with the monkeys on the other island. Okay, so ever since then, there's a book written about this. From that study, they hypothesized that we have a collective mind. That's right, whoever said that. We have a collective mind. If one group of people start doing something, and if that group of people grows big enough, let's say the 100th monkey or the 100th person starts doing that thing, then the entire population, no matter where they are in the world, will automatically get that inspiration somehow, get that telepathic inspiration and start doing that thing. You guys following me? Okay, so the 100th monkey, that's what the principle is. There's another, so you're asking me, why is it called Chi Life 9000? Okay, there's another study. Who's done Transcendental meditation, TM, or knows about it or heard about it? Okay, I think a lot of us that did. And one of their main findings was something called the Maharishi effect. Who's heard of that? Maharishi effect. Okay, so the Maharishi effect says that if you take 1% of a population and you take the square root of that, then that is the number of people you need to do something in order to affect the entire population of that place. So if you look at this chart here, you can see that what they did while they were meditating during these periods is they found that the crime rates in that city reduced dramatically during the period that they were meditating. So what they did is they found enough people to meditate to the point where they were able to affect the consciousness of the entire city. And they showed the crime rates did in fact drop when they were meditating. So what did they do any propaganda? Did they like hire more policemen or policewomen? Did they have, better neighborhood watch? No. All that changed during that period was that they meditated. So what does that mean? So I took that concept and I thought, okay, well, what if we wanted to affect the whole planet? I wonder how many people are on Earth right now. What's the population? And the number is actually 874,965,825 people. And what's 1% of that? So that's about 78 million people. And what's square root of that? It is actually 8,874. So I rounded it up to 9,000. That's where you get Chi Life 9,000. Why Chi Life 9,000? Because I believe that if we heal the world together, helping one healer at a time, we can potentially heal the entire world. Okay, that's what Chi Life is about. So it's my vision and our company vision to offer hope to people who need, and also offer easier, low-cost way to transform themselves to become better and feeling better using our technology. So we want to activate 9,000 people with our Chi coils, and as a result, heal the entire world. And you're probably saying, okay, that sounds pretty cool. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's doable? It's only 9,000 people, guys. It's not that many. Okay? So it's very achievable. Because if you raise the energy of these 9,000 people, then the energy of the entire world, entire population will be raised. We will be like healing the entire world with just 9,000 people. And we're pretty close. I say we're very, very close to that. But in order to do this, I need your help. I need you to join the Chi Life 9,000. And if you don't become part of it, then become part of it by helping other people become a part of Chi Life 9,000. Okay? So you're probably saying, okay, well, does this really work? This Chi coil you're talking about, like, what is this thing you're talking about? Like, how can we actually give these nurses and doctors and healthcare workers what they need? Well, Chi coils, if you don't know, are what we use to give energy. It literally gives you energy. So what are we actually giving to these doctors, nurses, and healthcare workers, and even teachers and any kind of public workers? We are giving them energy when we give them Chi coils. And I'll explain to you how we're going to give them Chi coils in a second. Basically, they're going to be using our app, our Chi coil app. They're going to have this Chi coil. They're going to keep it on them, put it in the bag or something like that while they're working or while they're sleeping or whenever they need it during the day. And throughout the day, they're going to get the energy they need to do the grueling work that they do day in and day out, so that they don't get fatigued, they don't get stressed out. There's a lot of stress, okay? Who's been stressed? And it's hard to, treat people nicely and keep giving when you're stressed out yourself. So what if we were able to remove that stress instantly using our technology? They keep it on themselves. They're going to feel that energy all day long. From the day they wake up, they'll feel refreshed. They're going to feel alive. They're going to feel positive. They're going to feel like, okay, I'm going to help more people today. I'm going to heal more people today. I'm going to, help fight this pandemic, and I'm going to support other people. And then I'm going to have energy. It's going to give me more focus. I'm going to be in better mood, and I'm going to sleep better too. And I'm going to help lots of people because we give them the energy. Okay. They have the skills, they have the skills to become a nurse and doctor and do their job. But what they're missing now is they need the energy and the way to get rid of the stress. Stress is what's really like killing them right now. Okay. And that's what's making their job really hard, as we've seen in all the news articles I showed you. Okay. Ask anybody who's a healthcare worker right now, and they'll tell you the same thing. They're going to tell you very demanding, a lot of stress, and a lot of negative energy around them. So in order to give them positive energy, they just click the remove energy, negative energy from the app, and then just put this on their body. I mean, just anywhere around them. Just carry it with them. If they can't carry them, just put it on a desk and just sit there for 10 or 15 minutes while they're checking their email or something, and that's enough. That'll charge them up, and then they'll be able to help them. Okay, that's my vision. Okay, just imagine if we had 9,000 healthcare workers with chi coils, so that they can energize themselves. Like they can probably do the same work as 5 healthcare workers if they have the energy, right? If they give them the energy, they could probably they become superhuman. We're giving these superheroes superhuman powers, right? Just imagine if we have all the super people on this earth that are out there doing good, and then we give them even more energy, and then we give them even more power so that they can expand and they can affect and help more people. That's what I want to do. That's my vision. So hopefully you can see that vision and see that it's a possibility. We can help that many people. And then because they are in touch with all the people in need right now, then you are indirectly helping all those people in need right now around the world. And you're probably thinking, how does it really work, right? Okay, well, I have a couple of testimonials. We have lots of them, but I picked out a couple of them who are actually healthcare workers, and they've been using my chi coil, our chi coils, and they have been completely transformed. Okay, so here's one. Basically, it's Tina. She's from a New Jersey hospital, and she's very busy, and she had back pain chronically for many years. And whenever she goes to work, she has to endure through the back pain all day and also do her work. And the only way that she could survive was to use the was to get physiotherapy treatments every morning. And that was still very difficult for her to operate normally. She basically gave up, and then she tried all sorts of different drugs or injections, and none of them worked until she found chi coils and started using chi coils on a daily basis. And that's exactly what she did, what I explained to you. She kept the chi coil on her at all times, playing while she was working. And one morning when she woke up, she got out of bed and then got dressed, and then she just recognized, or she just realized that, wait a minute, a couple of months ago, when I got up from bed, I had to slowly inch my way out of bed because my back pain was so bad. But today, I just got out of bed without any pain. What happened? And she realized the chi coils actually did that to her. And then what else happened? She lost 20 pounds. She didn't even do anything, she said. She said, whoa, I lost 20 pounds. And all her co-workers noticed that she looked slimmer. And then they asked her, what are you doing? Are you doing some exercise? Are you eating something different? Are you taking some kind of drug or something? And then she said, no, I didn't do anything. I'm just wearing this chi coil all day. And guess what? My back pain is gone. I lost 20 pounds and I have all this energy I can use all day. And now we supported her with this technology. Isn't that exciting? That's just one person. Okay, here's another story. Her name is Red Hawk's Feather. And he says, I am a healthcare worker and have been over 15 years. I have served many people in the healthcare industry with many healthcare needs such as Alzheimer's, cancer, dementia, cerebral palsy, parallelism, respite care, special needs, and basic home care. Some issues in this field industry is that I have to cope with long hours, burnout, the challenges of mental, physical, and emotional, spiritual balance, and of my own self-care. When I reached out to use the frequencies and Qigong, I found David Wong, who healed many areas of himself that inspired me, and he had the tools I needed. As I used the Qigong system, I found frequencies that I needed to balance my self-care and the Qigong that balances my body. Now I balance my meditation, my Reiki, my water supply, my daily routine at work, and the energy of my environment. I feel well-rounded and can help others with my purpose in life. I hope other caregivers and care workers can use the tools available to balance their self-care and personal health as I have been able to. Namaste. Okay, so here's a healthcare worker for 15 years who's using our chi coils and just completely transformed the way that she does her job. It made her job a lot easier. Okay, so that's another one. This is a healthcare worker who was a pharmacist, but the long story short, she wrote this very long, exhaustive review because it just completely transformed her life. She had a skin issue, and she went to like 5 different experts. She drove like across the state or across the city to see all these experts, and they all gave her a different diagnosis, and intuitively she knows that what the diagnosis that they gave her was completely wrong. So she tried different pills and different kind of therapies, but nothing worked. until she used chi coils, and over just a few weeks time, it basically got rid of her skin issues that was which nothing else worked. Okay, and she was so happy. She wrote this really long review that took me like 15 minutes just to read through it. So that's another healthcare worker that we help. And the reason I'm telling you this is that it's working. Okay, this is not just some hypothetical thing. I'm saying, okay, if this happens, maybe we can help people and maybe they will help other people. No, this is happening already. We have people using our chi coils and it's transforming their lives, and they're getting more energy, and they are less stressed out. They have more energy to help other people, because that's the key, isn't it? Because once you heal yourself, just like me, I heal myself from a chronic digestive issue I had for 10 years, guys. Completely incurable. There's no cure for it. There's no drug that can cure it. Surgery doesn't even like completely get rid of the, fix the problem. It actually makes it worse. So I was able to heal myself with the technology that I'm using right now, okay, in 90 days. And then now, because I did that, now I have the energy, I have the inspiration, I have the, basically it's all energy, guys. That's the beginning, right? I showed you in the prosperity pyramid is if you have the energy, it's the beginning of everything in your life. If you don't have energy, you won't be able to begin anything. Or at least if you begin something, you don't have the energy to carry it through, okay? So I have the energy to begin something and also have the energy to carry it through, because it takes energy to go through all the challenges and difficulties before you arrive to success. So that's what I have now, okay? I have this so that I'm giving it to you. I'm giving you this technology, and not only to you, I want you to help me give it to all the healthcare workers or anybody in need for that matter, right? Anybody who really needs it, we want to give it to them. Here's the new program that we put together. It's called the Give Energy Program, right? What's the best gift you can give somebody? You can give them painkillers, you can give them some kind of drug, or you can give them emotional support, which is great. But what if you can actually give them energy? I was thinking, like, well, we would just give people energy. Not just any kind of energy, but yeah, that's right, Justin, healing energy. What if we give them positive energy, or energy that makes them feel great and makes them less stressed and makes them sleep better? Energy that helps them to achieve their full potential so that they can help more people and then give those people energy. This will be like a chain reaction and then affect the whole entire planet. Okay, so let me share with you how this looks like. Okay, it's called the Give Energy Program, and we want to give healthcare workers and teachers what they desperately need. So we live in a chaotic time where healthcare workers and school teachers are overworked and underappreciated. Studies show that 46% of healthcare workers and teachers feel completely burned out as they struggle to survive during this pandemic. Okay, I know this been hard for all of us, but just imagine what life would be like if you were a healthcare worker. So they are the real superheroes. And unfortunately, like all this exhaustion and all the overwork and sleeplessness and unhealthy stress and anxiety and digestive issues, they can lead to some even more serious problems in the long term. So it's been a year, and it's not healthy to be stressed out every day. So we really need to help them. They really need our help. So what if we can help these heroes in a life-changing way? And that's what I'm talking about. So it's a donation and a gift program. And what we're going to do with this donation is we're going to put 75% of the funds are going to be donated as free chi coils to these healthcare workers, all right? So that they can help do their crucial work in our healthcare system and also help educate our children, right? So that they can continue to make an income and reduce the amount of sick days they have and empower them to do the essential work more easily. And also so that they won't have to experience burnout and unhealthy stress. And as we make their lives just a little bit easier. That's all we want to do, just make their lives a little bit easier. And guess what, guys? Before vaccines came into practice in 1796, this countless of people died from smallpox, rabies, tuberculosis, and various other viruses. And then before antibiotics became into accepted practice in 1928, countless more people died from bacterial infections. So major advances in medicine have always been shunned by the skeptics when they're first introduced. But over time, as more and more millions of lives are being saved because of them, then they start to become accepted into normal practice. So that's our hope with chi coils, because we know they work. It's just a matter of time before it's going to be accepted as a mainstream practice. What you can do is by giving chi coils to our public workers, you are giving them energy. So when you donate to us and when you gift them, we're going to spend 75% of the money to as free Chi Coils. 25% of it we're going to use to further development and research into our technologies to make it better and to make them even more accessible to people around the world. Okay, so if you come to this page, go to giveenergy.co, and then you're going to come here, and then you can just click any amount. It can be $50. You can start, you can start giving. You can give $125. Most people give that. And or you can give 200 or 500, or if you want to give another amount, you can click here and then just give it, make that gift, and then we'll be very appreciative, and also the healthcare workers will be very appreciative as well. So that's the program, and the key and the thing is, we want to have Chi Life 9,000. We want to help 9,000 people have our Chi Coils and be able to improve their lives so that they can improve other people's lives as well. So that's pretty much what I have, what's my vision and what I like to see happen. Justin says, my partner is a Steiner teacher and is in the front lines. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to have a program to give them free Chi Coils, but we need your donation so that we can make that happen. Will Dodd says, great idea. Fantastic. Judy says, fabulous idea. Yeah, so you can just start for $50. That's going to go a long way to helping somebody, because once somebody gets the Chi Coil, once what these healthcare workers get it, they can use it every day. So once you get them one, you're helping them every day for as long as they use it, right? So it's not just like $50, you spend it, and then they have to give another $15, and they spend it and give another $50, and they spend it. No, you give them one Chi Coil once, okay? And then they can use it every single day, every hour, every moment of the day, every minute. You are indirectly helping them have energy because you're giving them this. So it's just incredible value, okay? We're not giving them a pill to help them, have more energy, this may have side effects. And then you have to keep buying more pills for them in order to keep it up. And then the more you take the pills, then you more become like addicted to them, right? So no, this is just one time. You just get them a Chi Coil, then you can empower their lives basically forever. That's how powerful this thing is. Now, we also have a program. If you want to help and give on a monthly basis, then that's even better. So all those numbers there, you can give $50, you can give $100, $125, $200, or $500, or another amount. You can also give on a monthly basis and just say, okay, I'm just gonna give these health workers $50 a month. Well, I'm just gonna give these healthcare workers $125 a month or $200 a month, whatever it is. Then that's even better, because then we can keep using that money to keep supporting more and more healthcare workers, because after we give one to the one of them, they're gonna want more, so we're gonna give them to all their co-workers and all their associates. Great. Kathleen says, I'm in. Awesome. April says, an amazing idea, however I can't afford my own rent right now. No problem, just tell more people about it, and then just promote this, and then share this on Facebook and share this with other people. This webinar replay is going to be out pretty soon, in a few days. I also have a kind of like a documentary that I'm going to release about this program. And so once that's out, just go ahead and share it with your friends and with the people in your network. Okay, I found that article. I found that testimonial that person sent us. Okay, this is from Deborah Levadas, and she is a 45-year pharmacist. So it's very long, okay? But basically, she says, she gives her backstory, and then basically saying that the regular healthcare system didn't support her and didn't really help her heal her until she found the Chi Coils in late 2020. And she says she was very, very hesitant, because here was a device that I didn't have to touch to have an effective treatment for my illness issue. I was hesitant, but I was curious. And I questioned myself over and over and over. But then I do know that there are millions of wave frequencies that are bombarding us on a daily basis that are doing so much harm. So there just has to be truth to what David Wong is saying about the Chi Coil. So, and she says, I made a splurge to buy one. I had many questions before the purchase, but after the purchase, the customer service assisted me in every way to be able to understand how to use it. Okay. And then she used it with her husband, and then she has scalp issues. She tried, hydrogen peroxide, different supplements and stuff like that. We tried a dermatologist, another general practitioner gave her some kind of drug which cost $750 a month. And guess what? That didn't work either, because she says she lost a lot of time and energy fretting about the situation and from the pharmacist, and that didn't help her. And then she, still was bleeding. And then eventually, when she the mites went away, then her husband started to believe that it's working. And she says, just as easily tune Chi Coil to the program most closely describe what she thinks is going on with his or her body to treat the issue. If you do not detect some difference, improvement in the situation within minutes of starting the program, then it's the wrong program and the wrong guest for the problem. But that is still less expensive, less time consuming, and more effective than what the physicians are doing, because on the spot if it's working or not. The frequencies are listed. Okay, so basically she saved a lot of time. And then she says that you can use the Chi Coil anytime, night, any day of the week. You don't have to wait for a doctor's appointment. You don't have to be subject to sitting in a dirty office contracting some other disease while waiting to be diagnosed regarding your own situation. There couldn't be better reasons for considering the purchase of a Chi Coil. You don't even have to believe it works. Belief is not a precondition for its effectiveness. It just works no matter what. You only have to purchase one to see how much better your life can be. So thank you very much, Deborah, for this very amazing testimonial and story of how Chi Coils transform your life. Like I said, it's very long, so there it is. So yeah, whenever I read stuff like that, I am super energized and I am super motivated, because it makes me know that I am going in the right direction and that I am using my abilities, my superpowers to the best and to the highest potential, because then I can help other people with it. And we already seeing the results of it, and we already see the fruits of it. And now is the time for you to join me and become part of Chi Life 9000, so that you can also help other people indirectly by giving to our Give Energy program, by giving energy directly to these people. Justin says, incredible opportunity. So happy to be part of this team. Yes, welcome. Glad to have you as part of Chi Life 9000. Judy says, how will you find the frontline workers to give to them? Well, it's easy. Like I already have a lot of healthcare workers using my products. So basically we just give it to their co-workers in their departments and so on. How does this compare with Tesla healing coils? It depends what you mean by Tesla healing coils. There's lots of different coils on the market, but this is one of the best because it's compact, it's in a toroid shape, and we also have quantum crystals inside. We actually put these specially treated crystals inside of our Chi coils, and there's 3 of them in each of the Chi Coil 3s. So they go right into the toroids, and then we wind them with gold copper wiring, and they have easy plugs, and then we have up to 151,000 frequencies on our with our system. So we have the most frequencies, the most compact, and very powerful. If you measure the field, they're very powerful, more powerful than most of the stuff. The reason is because the way we wind it. This is a patent pending system, so I'm sure there's a lot of very good devices out there as well, but from my experience, from what I've seen, there's nothing as simple, and there's nothing as powerful and has as many frequencies. And we have the best and most powerful frequencies. Okay, so that's how it compares. Sacred geometry, that's right. So there's sacred geometry involved in our technology. So people ask you, why don't you just bunch a whole bunch of wires together, in a flat pancake, or just bunch it together in a cylinder? Well, I say, well, yeah, we tried it, but for some reason, this shape gives the most powerful energy. All right, that's why we chose this shape. So there's a lot of things out there. You can see it like in the cylinder, or you can see it wound in a rod, or you can see it wound in just a flat pancake. Well, they give off a certain feel, but they don't have the feel that this makes. And the neat thing is that because it's toroidal, it creates a toroidal field, just like the planet Earth has a magnetic field, and just like your heart has a magnetic field. So this is like it copies the shape of nature. And there's something very powerful about it, because when you have 2 of them, when you use them together, they create two magnetic fields at the same time, and in between the two, there is a something happens in the middle and causes something that can generate scalar waves. So if you study what scalar wave is, it's something that reaches 0 point energy. I'm not going to get into it today, but basically you have energy that's going to travel faster than light. You have energy that goes into infinite space. Okay, so there's a lot of people asking on YouTube how to buy and how much. So you can just go to getchicoils.com. If you're interested in just getting it for yourself, you can do that too. Just go to getchicoils.com. Let's say you want to just buy it for yourself, or you want to just go ahead and directly buy it for somebody, or just go buy it for a healthcare worker. You can just go to getchicoils.com. They start at only $299, and you can go ahead and buy them. Okay, but today we are talking about how to help healthcare workers. You can help for just $50. That's going to help us to get this stuff out there more and to help more healthcare workers. Justin wants to know, what's the difference between having two coils, two yin coils, as to one yin and one yang? Okay, that's a good question. So you can see that some of our systems have two yin coils. If you're looking at this in the video, this is probably not accurate because I flip it, right? But if it's two yin coils going the same direction, then you have like two expansion energies. And then if you have one that's yin and one that's yang, you kind of have two energies kind of like rotating and twisting together. From my experience, they just feel a little bit different, but they're both very powerful. So some people prefer to have both of them yin. Some people prefer to have one yin, one yang. It's just really what people prefer. If you want to feel really expansive, like you feel like you want to project a lot, then you can use two yins at the same time. If you want to balance things out more, then you can use yin and a yang. If you want to super focus, then you can just use two yangs. So like if you want to have all the combinations, then you would have to get 4 chi coils, right? 2 yins and 2 yangs. But I find that most people will be good with just the yin yang, because then you just get one of each. But maybe in the future we'll come up with a system that has 4 coils, so you can get all different kind of combinations. If you want to just get the chi coils, like I said, just go to getchicoils.com, and you can just buy it for somebody and ship it to somebody if you want, and that's fine too. Lots of people do that, and we can get them up there pretty fast. We have them in stock right now. We're running low though, so make sure you order soon. So yeah, thanks for coming to our Chi Life Superhuman livecast, and this is one of the last ones we're going to do this season. So thanks for making it this far. And like I said, is my personal vision to help as many people as I can while I'm still alive, because our life on Earth is pretty short if you consider how old the universe is, right? We're just a little tiny speck on Earth. So you want to make it count. You want to make it so that you are really making a difference in the world, So, and here's a way to do it, and here's the way I found to do it. And hopefully that you can see that, this is something you can become part of. This is something that you can actually make a difference. You can see, I hope that I was able to communicate to you that it's possible to change the world, because people say, change the world, change the world. It's all like woo-wee up there, and they don't have a real plan of how to do it. But this is a really easily achievable plan. And here is the way we can do it, is by joining Chi Life 9000 and by supporting healthcare workers that need it the most, because they're the ones that are helping the most needy people right now. They're the people who are in the front lines fighting off a sickness, okay? And they need this energy the most, all right? So go to giveenergy.co to help support this cause, and I'm sure that they're going to thank you for it. I'm sure that you're going to feel great too, because you're giving this energy to them, and you're going to give it to them for a very, very long time as well. Okay, so if you're a part of my inner circle, we're going to come back in about 15 minutes to have our inner circle meeting, and I'll see you there. If you don't know what inner circle is, go to davidwonginnercircle.com, and you can learn more about that. Okay, so until next time, use the chi and prosper.